Hey guys, we're so thankful for all that we are doing with our home groups. We just want to give you a few things we want to talk about to make sure we're clear on the same page. We know that vision leaks. I don't know if you knew that or not. Vision is like water in a bucket that has a small leak. You have to keep reiterating and keep adding water to make sure it's able to do what it needs to do. So we're going to add a little bit more water into your bucket about why we're doing home groups. First, the reason why we're doing home groups, we have 55 people who are actively in home groups, which is absolutely incredible. We have new families who are joining, and so we absolutely love that you guys are able to help us to do that. We want to reiterate why we're doing home groups. Our vision of home groups is it makes this church be sticky. What I mean by that is when people come to this church and they love us, in our experience, we've had this happen since we got here. For 3.5 years, we had people come, they loved us. After the third week, not sure where they went. What we began to understand and what we wanted to practice with our home groups the first 10 weeks is what if we create a space for new people to come and get stuck to people who we love, you guys. We would see if people would stick around, and guess what? They are. We have over 11 people who are inviting to our new family luncheon on February 9th. That's 11 people. Alexis has noticed over 20 new people in the last quarter, the last 4 months, 20 new people. And most of those people are getting connected to our home groups. That's why we're doing home groups. With home groups, they're connecting to people who are sticky, who love Jesus, who love them, and who love this church. You get an opportunity to speak life into them. You get an opportunity to speak Jesus into them. You get to show them in the fellowship of what a Christian community is all about. That can't always happen on Sunday mornings, but it happens in our home groups. And because it's happening in our home groups, people are sticking around. So that's why we're doing this. So keep up the great work.
Yeah. And hey guys, we know that we are coming up on week 5, which we're going to have evaluations. You'll get those on Sunday. I'll have those available for you. And what we're asking you is that this next week, you would give each of your home group members one of those evaluations, and that they would, maybe you spend 15 minutes at the end of your session just kind of going over those. This is really a chance for them to have a voice of how your group is ran. Maybe there's something that they need to get off their chest and say, hey, I'd love for this, or maybe they just have a really cool idea. That's something that's in that form. These are not just for Terry and I, these are for you as well. So these don't have to be kept secret from you. We want you to see them. We want you to know what's going on in your group and how you can improve or what you're doing really well with there as well. Another thing and another reason why we do the evaluations is because this is the opportunity for people to have an on or off ramp. Terry and I talked a lot about that at the beginning and during our trainings of how we want to make it so it's easy if someone wants to transition into a new group, or if they're saying, hey, this time just doesn't work for me and I need to get out, or if someone from another group says, hey, I want to get into this group, we can make that happen at this 5-week mark. And there's no, hey, all these weird questions or anything like that. It's just an easy and on and off ramp. What we want to make sure that you guys remember is that this is the 5-week mark. That does not mean that home groups are over. You will go another 5 weeks, and then there will be a break. And then back on April 5th of this year, we will go into our next term, which what we're calling is our spring term of home groups, which starts on April 5th that week. So this is not the end point. This is the halfway mark in the 10 weeks of our time together as home groups. And then there's a break. So we want to just make sure that you guys are aware of that and that you're communicating that with your groups, is that this is an evaluation, not to say you're leaving the group, or not to say that the group is over and that we're dispersing, but this is a way for you to get communication from your group on best practices and ways to improve and that kind of thing. So yeah.
The other thing that we're noticing is some new people are wanting to bring new people with them to the home groups. Do it. Unless it's like really packed and you're at capacity, well, you can talk to us. But if there is a new family that is coming because of a family in your home group and they want to bring them because they feel comfortable, let's see that happen. So we don't want to hold anybody back from coming to home group. If the date works for them, let's do it. If you have any questions about home groups, or what if some of your people in your church saying, why are we doing home groups, and you don't necessarily know the answer, talk to us, text us. We'd love to get back with you. We know some people may be thinking, are we switching home groups, stuff like that. Listen, we really want people to create a community that they trust. That takes time to build that trust. And we don't want to miss out on people being able to learn how to be vulnerable, authentic, real. That stuff starts with you as well. Learn how to be vulnerable, open up about maybe some things in your life that's happening or has happened, and create a space where other people can come and talk about their vulnerabilities and some of the issues they're having. This is supposed to be a safe place. We want that to happen, and that will happen the longer your group stays together. So, but that also starts with you, okay?
Yeah.
So be open, share with your gut sometimes of what's going on in your life or has happened that may relate to what you're talking about, and that gives people permission to share about their lives as well.
Yeah. And I just want to encourage you again. I know Terry kind of started off with this, but you guys, this is a lot. I know that it's not easy to kind of carve out time in your busy schedules, and then just the craziness that comes along with living our own lives, but then bringing along other people in that. But you guys are doing some really, really cool things. Terry and I have gotten numerous stories about just the amazing things that are happening in these home groups. And that is because of you guys, because of your availability and because of your hearts for wanting to step forward and be leaders in this. And we so appreciate that, because Terry and I cannot impact the 55 people on our own.
Nope.
And because of you guys, we're having new people who are joining not only home groups, but joining this church, finding restoration and transformation because of what you guys are doing. So again, thank you for your hard work. We really, really appreciate it, because we would not be able to do what we're doing here and moving this church forward without you.
Yep. All right, guys, thank you so much for everything. We're praying for you. You're always on our mind. We're always praying for you guys at staff meeting. Keep up the good work.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.